In this tutorial, we're going to walk through document layout using the Page Setup dialog. Open your document, go to the Layout tab, and click Page Setup. This dialog brings together the main layout controls for print. Across the top, you'll see 4 tabs: Size and Margins, Header and Footer, Margin Box, and Other Options. Let's start with Size and Margins. In the Paper Size section, you can choose a preset like A4 or letter, or enter your own custom width and height. That sets the page format for print. Under Margins, you can either choose a preset layout or type in the top, bottom, left, and right values yourself. You can work in centimeters or millimeters. If you change one value manually, Lamplight treats that as a custom margin layout rather than a preset. Now let's move to the Header and Footer tab. This tab gives you much more than plain text fields. Both the header and the footer are split into left, center, and right segments, so you can decide exactly where each piece of information should appear. Inside each segment, you build the output using badge tokens. These include document name, page number, total pages, chapter title, section title, date, spacer, and custom text. Custom text is especially useful because it lets you add words or punctuation around the dynamic tokens. For example, you might add the word page before a page number, or use a dash between the document name and the current section title. You can also drag the badges to reorder them, edit any custom text badge directly, and remove badges you don't need. A practical pattern for a header is document name, then a dash, then chapter title, then another dash, then section title. For a footer, a common pattern is page, the current page number, a custom text with the separator word of, or a pipe or dash, and then the total pages token. Below the segment builder, you'll also find layout controls for both the header and the footer. Height reserves space for that area on the printed page. Show on first page lets you decide whether page 1 should use that header or footer. Font style, font size, and font color control the printed appearance. You'll also see header padding and footer padding, which control the space between the main document content and the header and footer areas. And if you want a stronger visual separation, you can turn on a header line or footer line and choose its color. At the bottom of this tab is the Running Headers option. When running headers are enabled, the chapter title token pulls from your current H1 heading, and the section title token pulls from your current H2 heading. That lets your header follow the document structure automatically. Next is the Margin Box tab. This is for more advanced page styling. The Facing Pages option gives you a mirrored book-style layout for left and right pages. That's useful when the document is meant to feel more like a printed book than a simple report. You can also enable margin box styling. Once that's on, Lamplight gives you separate top, right, bottom, and left padding controls for both the header and footer areas. These are measured in millimeters and help you fine-tune the spacing inside those boxes. Finally, open Other Options. This tab holds document-wide print behavior. In auto numbering, you can turn on chapter numbering for H1 headings, figure numbering for figures, and table numbering for tables. In links, you can choose whether Lamplight should show the full URL after linked text in print. That can be useful when a printed reader needs to see the actual address. Then there are style controls for captions and footnotes. For captions, you can choose the font family and font size used for figure and table captions. For footnotes, you can choose the numbering mode, either continuous through the whole document or restarting on each page. And you can also set the footnote font family and size. When you're happy with the setup, click Apply to save the layout for print preview and PDF output. Cancel leaves the existing settings unchanged. So the key thing to remember is this. Document layout isn't only about page size. It's also where you shape the printed reading experience, from margins and mirrored pages to smart running headers, structured footers, numbering, captions, footnotes, and printed links. In the next tutorial, we'll continue with the next part of the Document Layout tab, the front page.